Back with all the news, here's Chris Aiken.
All right, right back here on All the News. It is Chris Aiken. I just want to remind you guys, check out our website, www.allthenews.com. And, check it out. Subscribe to the podcast. Send us an email. Leave us a voicemail. Whatever you'd like to do, we're happy to hear from you. All right, we're going to kick in a real quick story here. Just wanted to share, since we're dealing with scumbags in Washington, just wanted to share with you guys a new bill that got put into the that got submitted this week. The Wall Street Reform Bill, headed for a test vote on the Senate floor on Monday night, will allow the Federal Reserve to continue to pump trillions of dollars into major banks, largely in secrecy. The co-author of the House language that would open the central bank to audit charges in a memo to the state. So, there you go. Just like that, we're talking about scumbags, and here you go. We're gonna continue to let the Fed take money, give it to whoever they want, and not tell us where it went. Why can't we get this organization, well, A, outlawed, or B, at least audited, so we know where our money is going? Why aren't we allowed to do that? The Senate has a provision in its reform bill that purports to audit the Fed, but it really doesn't do anything of the sort. It's going to run down the details for you and reprint the legislative language so you can read it for yourself, writes Republican Alan Grayson, a Democrat of Florida. It would not allow the GAO to look into the Fed's massive purchase of toxic assets, its hundreds of billions in foreign currency swaps with other central banks, or its open market operations, among other restrictions. Grayson, a co-author Republican Ron Paul of Texas, passed legislation through the House that would allow the Government Accountability Office, the GAO, to audit the Federal Reserve and, after a delay, release the information to Congress. It was a remarkable victory, with a populist coalition beating back the combined lobbyist efforts of the Treasury Department, the Fed, and Wall Street banks. Here's what I do not understand. Well, I guess I do understand it. I understand it because the Fed has all the money, or the Federal Reserve has all the money, and they are buying up people's votes in order to keep themselves private. But the Federal Reserve is a private institution. It is not a public, or it's not a governmental organization. It's a private bank. So their only interest is the Federal Reserve, not you, not me. They don't care about us. And people need, but yet every bit of our government is based, of our finances, is based out of this Federal Reserve. But we can't know where the money is. If people can't see on a basic level that that's a problem, then those people are stupid beyond belief. And I don't believe for a minute that these people in Congress are stupid beyond belief. I believe they're bought beyond belief. And that's why we can't get this stupid thing audited. That's really the problem here. We can't get it audited because of this. Ron Paul, he's out there trying. I mean, he's trying to make it so that we can audit the Fed. It's never going to happen. I can tell you now, these guys, this Federal Reserve is so powerful, they will obviously do whatever they got to do to keep themselves from being audited, including closing. See, that's the part that even scares me. They could literally close and take all of our money with them, and nobody could do a damn thing about it. That's the reality of it. If push comes to shove, they could threaten to shut things down. Then what happens? What happens to our financial system? What happens to our economy? It just tanks because they have all of our money tied. They have the right to all of our money. They have all of the toxic assets, which means that they own numerous, so much property, it isn't even funny. They trade with all the foreign banks. The Federal Reserve has taken us, man. So just wanted to share that one real quick for you to end the first hour, just to remind you that, as if my list of scumbags in Washington and in government didn't alert you to that, just wanted to remind you that here in 2010, the scumbags are still well in action on the Senate and House floor, screwing you again. So we'll be back in a minute with hour number 2. It is All the News.